Hello Infernax fans of the internet, my name is Jack, and not too long ago I learned there was a magic mode in Infernax named Gardakan. I really love Infernax. I thought I played every mode. So what's special about Gardakan? Gardakan is a mage. He fires magic and takes more damage. I think he takes double damage. Whenever he attacks, he uses up one magic bar. However, the magic bar can regenerate. This makes spells like the shield, healing, or the final spell way stronger than they usually are. However, sometimes you need to wait before going into another room, because running out of magic is pretty much a death sentence. And I really like the idol sprite of Gardakan. It really reminds me of the black mages from Final Fantasy. But anyways, I am not adding any arbitrary rules for this run. I really wanted to do a normal evil run as Gardakan. So after naming our little dude, we see him arriving on land by ship. I ran about, figuring out how he exactly works, and ran into the possessed man. Since I'm going for the evil route, I handled his curse in the not so ethical way? There was a witness, but I'll deal with her later. I marched on and got one-shot by one of those fast ghosts. And at that moment I figured out that I might be taking a bit more damage than usual. So I carefully approached Darsov, where Sir Tancred needed help dealing with some spooky skeletons. After having dealt with the Bone Brothers, Darsov got invaded by a giant fat man. After confronting the fatty, it fled the scene. We gave chase and eventually we encountered the fat thing, and it turns into a purple snake, or something. I don't know. The priest gave us a key for the first dungeon, the Valeshire Keep. I beat about half of the dungeon before deciding I needed some more spells in my arsenal, so I bought the base shield spell, had a drink with Robert, and farmed some gold for lifesteal. Getting lifesteal made the run way more manageable, since now I can heal whenever I want. Granted, I have the mana to cast it. Once I got my hands on some spells, I made short work of the rest of the keep and faced Mahalman, who also went down pretty fast. The first orb descends graciously, and I destroy it. 4 more to go. After defeating Mahalman, I remembered I had to beat a book to death for some bad rep. Before I enter the Necropolis, can I at least tell you I really love this platforming section? Really wish there were more of them. Anyways, the Combbelton Necropolis, my least favorite dungeon in the game. I think it's boring and pretty uninteresting. It does have some of the fun spike platforming at the end, which I like, but it doesn't redeem the boredom of this dungeon. Kalaman was challenging. Him spawning in skeletons didn't do too much to me, until they did. I got cornered near the end of the fights, but by some stupid luck I survived. This allowed me to finish Kalaman. The second orb pops into existence and I blast it to smithereens. Only 3 left to break. After defeating Kalaman, I helped the lady with her rat problem in her basement. Gardakan can really easily deflect those giant meatballs. I dealt with the rat problem and got rewarded with Ground Strike. Having done my only good deed of the run, it's time to go back to doing not so good things, like getting bribed. I also visited my witness, and I tied some loose ends shortly after. That's that taken care of. Now let's get going to not Stormheim Castle. I tried damage boosting to cheese the super jump. Having failed to cheese the super jump, I took the traditional route and got the super jump. I also fell through the floor. Just for safety, I left the dungeon to save so I wouldn't need to redo this entire spiel. Having saved my progress, I proceeded to the next boss, the Leviathan. I died to a deadly laser. It one-shot me. Next try, I managed to beat it. orb appears in front of me and my shield spell burns it, leaving 2 orbs remaining. I actually never knew that spell could break the orb. Having dealt with Leviathan, I bought the teleport spell and commenced my evil Enlightenment. I took a willing participant for a makeover? Yeah, a makeover. Let's call it that. You look gorgeous, by the way. I warped back to Darsov the Silent Hans and went to the church to deal with a possessed man. Being fluent in the unethical ways of exorcism, I blasted the evil presence. And as a side effect, the priest got very sleepy and he took a very long nap. Feeling proud of helping all the people in Darsov, the people of Kastka seemed like they needed my help as well. Arriving at Kastka, I visited the friendly mayor and he showed me his cool guy club. Am I cool now? Back to helping the good people of Kastka, I broke a jar and visited the local purple skeleton. The mayor asked me to invite someone to the cool guy club, but apparently I misheard him and brought over 2 people. I had to choose who would get the makeover. Joanne was the next willing participant for the makeover. This makeover wasn't as good as the previous one, I'll be honest. After the botched makeover, I went to the Kastka Palace. Why did that stave statue move? Weeping Angel? I also learned something new with the evil route. Lifesteal heals regardless if there's enemies near. I always thought you couldn't. You know, because lifesteal? Anyways, got the holy charge and moved on to Apollyon, the boss of the palace. Nothing else happened here, this dungeon is pretty short. Apollyon, just like the dungeon he is in, was a really short fight. So I don't have anything to say here. Everything I say now is filler designed to prolong the video. The 4th orb emerges from off-screen, and a random meteor fell on it. 1 orb remains unshattered. Having defeated Apollyon, I met up with the cool purple bone bro and his big purple bone bro. They gave me a cool new spell, and I went to the sunken palace for the ultimate armor. Defeating knockoff Spider-Man rewarded me with the ultimate Archmage armor. It looks pretty cool. After that, I decided to upgrade every village to their warming system, and stopped Tancred from getting reinforcements. Up next, I brought a priest to the cool guy club for you guessed it, a makeover! Oh, whoops, that one gained some weight. I'm telling the boss you fucked up. I went to the Kadjanto Stronghold. After collecting both keys, I decided to go get the ultimate weapon to make the swimmer of the green goop a bit easier. After the acquisition of the ultimate weapon, I faced Alastor. I'm still pissed about Thorn's shield being patched for this fight. Anyone remember that glitch? Ah, the good old times. Anyways, Alastor. It went down really quick thanks to my pretty nuts range and Thorn shield. The final orb has appeared, and not even Hellfire can break it, so I just cast a spell normally on it. The seal has been broken, but before approaching the cathedral, me and the cool guy club invaded Darsov to share our cool ways. Usually at the Battle of Darsov, Tancred is the hardest fight, but on this run I have to hand it to the 2 generals. They were the worst. There were little opportunities for me to attack since Axeman can hit me from across the room and Swordbro menacingly approaches me and throws his sword at me. Maxing out on elixirs might help me, and I used the bird summon to help me deal with the sergeants. The bird proved to be quite the valuable asset, managing to push Swordbro with every hit, giving me some much needed recharge time. And the rest was really easy. Tancred posed some challenge, but not to the extent of the sergeants. These 2 are menaces. Robert seemed to be filled with some delusion of grandeur, so I gave him a reality check with some permanent side effects. And I got a book from him. I jumped in a portal and fought the giant fish. As per usual, the fish was a pushover and it died on my third attempt. The impaling tentacles are still the worst in this fight. And that was it. I need to go now. Bye.